Hey YouTube, Medwitch here. So, yesterday morning I uploaded a couple of videos with the starting title, uh, Play Buzz Quiz. Yesterday I did two of them. One was What Kind of Witch Are You? The other one was What Mythological Creature Are You? And one of my viewers, and I believe she is a subscriber, so thank you for that. Uh, AwwesomeVal. She's awesome. No, it's awesome. It's AWW. Awesome. AwwesomeVal with a capital A, capital V. Uh, I guess she was watching this throughout her daily duties. As she commented below. Uh, her last formal comment on here before we started a little conversation. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but she said if you're really into it and want less silliness and more of a result at the end, there is a website called similarminds.com. Earlier, I was actually browsing through it just to see what it was like, and it's fairly interesting, actually. So, uh, awesome, Val. I'm going to do one for you and see where that goes. Um, like I said, I was kind of like going through them a little bit before. They're not too lengthy, and it's they're fairly it's basically agree disagree kind of deal questions. So I'm going to go. It's already loaded up on my phone. So similarminds.com. My internet is really fucking slow today. All right, so it goes through a bunch of categories. Some of them are actually like this one says other personality systems, the Jung test. I don't know what that is. Right left brain test, motive personality test, R drive personality test, global 3 personality test. Ooh, big 5 global 5 Slon Sloan tests. I mean, so there's a bunch of different types of tests. So, let's see. What should I do? I'm not doing Freudian. That's no, not doing Freudian. Let's do right left brain tests. As you know, uh, we have the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere of our brain. Each side of the brain controls certain aspects of our thought process and motor functions. So there's three types of tests in here. It's short test, which is set, it says 30 items, which means questions. Word test, it's 30 words. I don't know what that means. And word choice test, it's basically, two words on, it's a column and there's a word on this side, a word on this side, and it's a level of 1 through 5 going to one or the other. So I'm going to do the short test. Okay, it says, do you think ILIV4 is a good name for a band devoted to people's strong interest? I live for? Oh, I get it. Okay, so it's I live for. It's one word. It's ILIV4. I live for, and it asks if it's a good brand name. Sorry, brand name devoted to people's strong interest. I live for fill in the blank. So yeah, that actually does seem like a cool thing. Next. Okay, answer these questions accurately requires honest reflections on how you really think, feel, and act in general, and maybe taking the test on more than one occasion. Some of the questions on this test measure personality traits differently than you might guess, so try to answer the test in a way you think would be ideal is just going to screw up your results. So just focus on being honest if you want the most accurate results. It says, please note, selecting the middle answer means a statement is around 50% accurate. It's, like I said, it's 5 levels, going from very inaccurate to very accurate. So from left to right, I'm going to be saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1 being very inaccurate, 3 being the middle, and 5 being very accurate. Okay, so I'm going to go through the questions. There are 30 questions. They seem relatively easy. So the first question is, are you messy? Want more proof? Either that's messy or lazy, so it's a little bit of both. So yeah, I'm messy. I'm gonna go 4 on that one. I feel the need to adhere to the standards of correct behavior. Fuck that. I want to go 1 on that one. I get chores done right away. Nope. I want to go 2 on that one. I am a I am scatterbrained. Brained. Brained. Brained? Really? Really? Learn to read, Mad. Seriously. I am very scatterbrained. I want to go 3 on that one. So remember, 3 means that it's 50% accurate. I act spontaneously without thinking about the consequences. If I'm going for now, at my current age, I would have to say that's a no. When I was younger, that was a yes. So I want to go 2 on this one, since it's still kind of in that middle ground. I am rule consciousness. Conscious? Conscious? I am rule conscious. I think there might be missing a few words. But if it's saying that I am more conscious about my actions, I tend to be now that I'm older and a little bit more mature. So I want to say 4 on that one. I am impulsive. I want to go 3 on that one because there are times where I just like, fuck it, whatever, let's do it. I am very cautious. With age, you tend to get a little bit more cautious until you start hitting that, midlife crisis area. I'm not there yet, despite the hairline. I'm not there yet. I'm only 27. I still wear Batman shirts. I am a thrill seeker compared to most people. I actually used to be very, very daring. I used to rock climb and skydive and all that fun stuff. But I'm a thrill seeker. Well, I still go trailblazing on my bike every now and again, but I'm a thrill seeker. I want to go 50-50 on that one. It's really depends on how I feel. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I prefer organized to unpredictable. Not really. I mean, humans themselves are creatures of habit, but that's habit, not organization. There's difference. I am very random. Yes. I'm going to go 4 on that one. I finish everything I start. This is supposed to be a chair covering. I started it last year. So I eventually finish it, but not always. So I want to go 3 on that one. I don't follow the rules. What rules? So this is one of those questions that's kind of it's not specific. I don't follow the rules. Um, if I can circumnavigate a rule to make the outcome of something better, for instance, you get like those little instruction booklets with your Legos. Who says you gotta follow the instructions? Um, I want to go 3 on that one just because it's so unclear. I like chaos, not really. So I want to go 1 on that one. I don't like chaotic things. I don't like things going all wonky and shit. I don't like boisterous bullshit. I tend to be boisterous myself, but that's just because I laugh too loud. I like a structured environment. Uh, just because I don't like chaos doesn't mean I like a structured environment. A structured environment. That means that everything has to be perfect. Everything's tick tock like a clock. I can't deal with it. It's robotic, and so I'm gonna have to go level 2 on that because some structure is needed. Obviously, I am absent-minded. No, 1 in that. I am adventurous. I can be sometimes, so I'm gonna 3 that, just like with the other one. I am comfortable with things making no sense. Very inaccurate. Everything to me, it has to make sense, or it is infallible, or it's fallible if it doesn't make sense. If it makes sense, then obviously it makes sense because it makes sense. Because I'm not making any sense. Rules and regulations are important. Well, yeah, rules and regulations are important. They allow you to get things done a little bit quicker. But again, if you have that chance to circumnavigate a rule or regulations to get something done better or more efficiently or faster, then you're going to have to break some of those rules. I'm going to 4 this one. I am rebellious. Well, I mean, come on. Who isn't rebellious? If you say you're not rebellious, you are lying to yourself. Because no matter what you do, you are rebelling against something. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it doesn't matter if it's just here, if it's just in your local town or city, or your state, or your country, or wherever you live. It doesn't matter. You do something, you are rebelling against somebody else. So if you always gotta, if you go inaccurate anywhere below 3 on this question, you're lying to yourself. So I am rebellious. I'm going to go 3. Like I said, if you go anything below 3, you're just lying to yourself. I prefer routine. Now, routine could be, like, again, humans are a creature of habit. Routine does keep us in a sense of uh, common motion. For instance, when I go walk into the store, I always take one route. I don't deviate, even though one way is quicker. I don't like. For instance, I live on the opposite end of town from my local Walmart. In order to get there's 4 ways. I shit you not. There are 4 ways to get to Walmart from where I live. The quickest way to get there is to take the highway, and most of the highway does have sidewalk. But I don't like walking near the highway, so I don't take the highway. I actually take the trail route. Uh, the trail route's the second quickest way, and then there's the main street route, which is the third quickest way. And I normally during the summer I take the trail, but then during the winter I take Main Street, just because the trail is designated to uh, the snowmobiles, and it gets dark real quick, and that in and of itself causes for danger, not only for myself but for the snowmobilers. So I prefer routine. I want to go 3 on that one. I am fantasy prone. I am a nerd to the L squared, meaning I play Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, D&D. My favorite game genre is, well, one's historically supposed to be historically accurate, and that's the Assassin's Creed game. But I also extremely enjoy the Elder Scrolls. Uh, I tend to read more fantasy books uh, non than I do nonfiction. So I want to say I am fantasy prone. I don't know if it's saying that like I believe I live in a fantasy world and I'm some sort of like elf or dwarf or something. Um, so when I answer this question, I am not saying that I believe that fantasy stuff really exists, like you would read in like Harry Potter or stuff. But I just prefer reading those. So I want to say very accurate 5. I am a planner. No, nothing I have ever done was ever planned. I am not even kidding. I am extremely random. I maintain my space in an orderly way. Do I need to show you my stuff again? I want to 2 that one. I am a risk taker. There are certain times where you got to take risks, calculated risks, mind you, but inevitably you're going to get screwed one way or the other. So I'm going to say 3 on this one. I am very practical. No. I want to 2 this one. No. I am prudent. I don't I don't consider myself a prude, but looking back on some of the things I've done, like, hmm, hmm, I'm going to 3 this one. I myself don't consider myself a prude, but looking back on my actions, I guess other people would consider it prude-ish. So I want to 3 this one just because I'm uh, taking in taking in another person's point of view. I am conventional. No, I want to 2 that one. I am forgetful. Uh, Wait, what was the question? No, I'm just messing. I am forgetful. Oh, there are times when especially when I'm extremely tired. But I think that's with anybody. If you're tired, yeah, you're going to forget shit. There's been plenty of times where I got yelled at my boss. Hey, you forgot to do this last night before you left. Fuck. Sorry. So I want to 3 that one because yeah, you know, people do tend to be forgetful, especially if you have a lot of tasks at hand. I tend to take precautions. Well, when it comes to general safety, especially when handling sharp objects or uh, home safety, I am very cautious about it. Otherwise, I don't like wearing seatbelts, but it's the law, so I have to. I don't want I don't want anybody getting tickets because I'm not wearing a seatbelt because I'm a stubborn ass. I don't wear a helmet on my bicycle, but I will wear a helmet on a motorcycle, ATV. Well, not really ATV. Depends on what kind of ATV. It's quad, then yes. If it's like one of your workhorse ATVs, one of your big ATVs, then no, because those things are pretty well stable and it's really hard. Mm, this is really. Uh, when it comes to safety, yes. When it comes to other things, no. So I'm going to 3 that one. And that was the last question, so I'm going to submit my results. And let's see. Left brain 54%. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Right brain 54%. Left brain 46%. Left brain dominant individuals are more orderly, literal, articulate, and to the point. No, I see why it says I'm not left brain. They are good at understanding directions and anything that is explicit or logical. They can have trouble comprehending emotions and abstract concepts. They can feel lost when things are not clear, doubting anything that is not stated as proven. So the majority of that is actually pretty true for what I see in myself. Right brain dominant individuals are more visual and intuitive. They have they are better at summarizing multiple points, picking up on what's not said, visualizing things and making things up. They can lack attention to detail, direct directness, organization, and the ability to explain their ideas verbally, leaving them unable to communicate effectively. Overall, you appear to be right brain dominant. So I mean it's 54 right, 46 left. So given that it's what is it, 8? Yeah, that's 8% either way. So yeah, I am right brain dominant. I do tend to have, you know, both are actually pretty much describe me. So, but as you can, I gave evidence about my messiness, my disorganization. So, but the they can lack attention to detail. Um, I'm actually more of a creative, like artistic kind of person. So detail is actually very, very important to me. But it even gives a little thing about Darwin. It says, according to Darwin's theory, optimal evolution takes place with random variations and selective retention. The evolution savvy individual will try many different approaches when faced with a problem and select the best of those approaches. Like I said, if you can circumnavigate the rules and regulations, do it. You might be right. Many historical intellectuals have confessed their advantage was simply considered considering, exploring, and trying more approaches than others. The left brain dominant types suffer from limited approaches, narrow mindedness. The right brain dominant type suffers from too many approaches, scattered brained. To maintain balance to maintain balanced hemispheres, you need to exercise both variability and selection. Just as a company will have more chance of finding a great candidate by increasing their application pool, an individual who considers a wider set of options is more likely to make quality decisions. I mean, that's the common argument is, you know, x plus x equals 10, or x plus y equals 10. So what's x and what's y? You might say 7 and 3, 6 and 4, 5 and 5. Well, in that case, it'll be x and x. But still, there are many ways to add two numbers to get to the same number, especially when it comes to 10. But I actually really like that quiz. So, AwwesomeVal, thank you very much for directing my attention to this website. Uh, I actually learned a lot about the difference between the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. I knew that each one played a different role. I just didn't know which one was which. Now I know I'm a right dominant, and I am messy and uh, disorganized and visual. So even though I already knew that to begin with, but still, now I know why. It's this thing right here. I thought I was just being lazy, but no. If you enjoyed that, if you enjoyed that and you would like to see it, again, as the website is called Similar Mind. I forgot the website. I said it before. Similarminds.com. Uh, there's a lot of things on there. I went through it before, and I was having too much fun on it that I couldn't pass up this opportunity to make this video. So again, Awesome Val, thank you for directing my attention to this. This one's for you. Um, and if you are one of my subscribers, thank you for subscribing. If you are not a subscriber, please subscribe, like my video, comment below, and as always, blessed be.